Our story begins with a bomb on a bridge about to explode. We then cut to a reporter who informs us that the terrorists gave prior warning to the police before this incident, and thankfully no citizens were hurt due to the police's fast response. The citizens look in horror, commenting that the crazy terrorists really cut off the bridge and they are now seeking to find out who he is. Suddenly, a masked man lands on a car, crushing it to pieces. "There he is!" the police scream, commanding all personnel to fire at will. He jumps from car to car, dodging every bullet, and then pulls out a grenade, setting off a huge A helicopter approaches him. We then cut to his inner monologue. He reminisces on when he made his first friends, or when he promised himself not to run away again. He had already become the world's most dangerous terrorist. We then cut to 2 years ago. In a classroom, he is surrounded by a crowd of students, being forced against his will to sit in front of a bully. They tell him not to be scared and to make sure he does it properly, as if he loses, they will lose all of their money, as they have $30,000 riding on him. He tells them he is not confident and he wants to leave, but they start to bully him into doing it. He thinks to himself, what should he choose? Rock, paper, or scissors? He goes with scissors and wins. The crowd goes crazy, celebrating and shouting that they knew he was the right person to bet on. During the chaos, he carefully sneaks out to go back to class. We are now introduced to our protagonist, Min, a timid high schooler who always gets forced to do things he doesn't want to, because he can never say no. He hates this about himself, as others always take advantage of him, sending him out to do errands and chores. He had hoped that he would at least be tall. Maybe that would give him the courage to say no. But unfortunately, he has been stuck at 160 centimeters, and it doesn't seem like he's getting any taller. The kids at school always call him out to play rock, paper, scissors on their behalf, because he has an extremely good luck at it. And sadly, he can never say no. But there is another reason why he's so good at the game. He has a psychic ability called the eyes that detect misfortune. As the name suggests, it's an ability that shows him which path is most likely to bring misfortune to him. He states that during the rock, paper, scissors game, he was using his ability to decide which decision was the best one that would make him win without any misfortune. His ability marks in purple any decision that will lead to misfortune. So if he avoids those parts properly, he doesn't have to worry about being unlucky or losing. He is even able to use his ability to pass tests. It's simple, as there isn't a more unlucky place than a test sheet with a ton of wrong answers. A purple fog appears over anywhere he would be unfortunate because of wrong answers, so he chooses the answers that don't have the purple on them. This is his favorite use case for his ability, but of course, he doesn't work on essays or questions where he has to go into deep, in-depth explanations. It mainly works on multiple choice. We then cut to him being at home. We see his beautiful maid Lilia, who tells him that if he is timid, he should probably try changing his hairstyle. It turns out Lilia is a Russian housekeeper that his father brought to his house 10 years ago as a surprise gift for him. She has a tough personality, but she is a jack of all trades and can fix anything. Both his father and Lilia refuse to tell him what they did before coming here. She is perfect, to be honest. The only downside about her is that she can't cook at all. She asks him if he passed the test today, and as a reward, she will cook anything he wants, since it's a special occasion. He responds, I don't know. Knowing himself that she is a terrible cook, he dramatically stabs an apple with a knife and attempts to feed it to him, which he refuses, as he is scared of what she will do with the knife. She then suggests going out to get something to eat instead, as she needs to go shopping anyway. He declines. She murmurs to herself, oh, this damn kid just blew off a date with a beautiful woman like her. How dare he? He should be jumping with joy to go out with her. She rushes in and hugs him tightly, convincing him to go out with her. We then cut to the department store where they're out shopping. She sees some beer on sale and runs towards it. Min is left choosing a menu, but then a chill runs down his spine. He dashes upstairs, stating that it's just not the underground floor. It might be the whole building. The maid sees him running and wonders what's going on. Shocked, the whole store is filled with purple, which could only mean one thing: destruction. Walking around, he wonders why everything is in purple. Is it telling him that he'll be unlucky no matter where he goes? Or is it just that there's a problem with the building? He hears a crackle. He looks up, and there it is, a huge crack on the roof. He runs to the nearest security and tells him to evacuate the building, as it's going to collapse soon. The security asks him where he got this information from, and that he can't evacuate the people without real proof. He also informs him that the ceiling fracture has been there for a couple of years, and if it was going to collapse, it would have done so ages ago. He gives him a stern look and asks, if I do evacuate everyone, and there turns out to be no problem, are you willing to take full responsibility and compensate the stores for all the money they will lose? Flustered, he wonders what he should do. We then cut to a flashback 11 years ago. The rain is falling on the debris of a city. We see a little boy on his knees, calling out for his mom with tears in his eyes as he sees her under the rubble. She tells him that she is okay and he needs to run away. He stays, telling her that he will save her. She stretches out to him, places her hand on his mouth, and as a demonic purple aura engulfs her, she tells him to hurry and run away. Shocked in fear, he stumbles away. He wonders to himself, what was that? Why did his mom suddenly become a purple monster? Back to normal, she looks at him and smiles, and then she's crushed by a boulder. We then go back to the protagonist saying that as he faced his first misfortune, he lost his mother. He reminisces that the lesson he learned that day was that in the face of overwhelming misfortune, humans cannot do anything. This situation is the same. We are standing in front of an overwhelming misfortune. What could he possibly do, he thinks to himself. He wonders how a timid person like him, who can't even say no to others, be able to save everyone. No, he thinks to himself, I can't do it. I can't save people. All I need to do is run away. Before he can finish the thought, he's poked in the back of the head. It turns out it's Lilia, asking him what he's doing, saying that she saw him suddenly run off. She assumes something was wrong as he seemed troubled. He brushes it off and tells her he just doesn't feel well and they should head back home. Knowing him, she asks if he saw something with his ability and if that's why he's acting weird. He informs her that the entire building is in purple and that it's going to collapse any minute now. He makes fun of her and says, maybe it's nothing, maybe the purple is just telling her not to cook. She asks if she should help him evacuate everyone. He tells her it would be a waste of effort, as no one would believe them, so they should try to just save themselves. She asks him if it's because the situation reminds him of what happened to his mother, and reassured him that this time will be different, as this time he has her